Question number 9 from Bridging Your Tribe. Do you have workaholic tendencies? If so, what is the impact of your workaholic tendencies on your relationships? I would say for myself that these days I really don't. I've been there, and there's a certain comfort in that because I think that workaholism is one of those addictions that people won't challenge that too often. You can hide behind it easier than if you are addicted to alcohol or drugs or gambling or whatever. And so it can almost be kind of ego gratifying to say, I'm a workaholic, because it shows you have that American virtue of being a hard worker and you're committed and dedicated to something and so forth. But it can be a way of hiding vulnerability and avoiding relationships and emotions. And I think that I was raised by a workaholic, and so a lot of times if we have a parent with some tendency, it's passed on down to us. But the time in which I felt identified with workaholism myself was during the early days of starting my own business and just doing that constantly. And a lot of it was just not knowing what I was doing. In retrospect, I wouldn't have had to be a workaholic if I just understood more about what I was doing on the internet and so forth. But it was the way it was, and I got to learn through that experience. But these days, I set up a marketing system that doesn't take much time to maintain, and so I could transfer workaholic tendencies into other areas, but I don't. I try to just, keep myself relaxed and experience stillness and presence to the point where I don't get lost in that, because I feel that at this point, part of the question was, how does it impact your relationships? I feel at this point that the people in my life are more important than the things that I do. And I like to get what I need to do out of the way, but it's for creating the space for contact with the people that I care about. That I'm realizing as I move along in my awareness is more important than anything else, the relationships in life that we have. So I don't want some ego-driven goal of success and achievement to get in the way of that. I might have my little ego-driven goals and stuff, but I try to keep it in balance so I don't lose contact with what I appreciate most, which is relationships, and also the spaciousness to just experience life without feeling hectic and rushed.